Alright, wanted to do a quick little video here on Delta. This is going to be ticker symbol DAL. Just want to do a brief little overview of where the chart currently sits after the turmoil that we have been going through, and just some potential levels that we can see Delta at to the upside and to the downside, depending on how we move going forward. So starting off, going to be looking at the weekly chart, and you can see here we're all the way from about mid 2013 up until the present. And I've got a couple trend lines drawn here. This was a channel that I was looking at over the course of the past year or so. And you can see the breakdown of that over the past couple of weeks. And then we also have this support line drawn in, which we bounced off of today. You can see it pierced through, and that was early this morning, and we actually pushed up from there. But I do think that this is a pretty pivotal support line here, right around the high 32s, because after that you really don't have a whole lot. If we're looking back here at into 2013, you can see we have a little bit of a top here and a little bit of a bottom here, and that would be at the 29.20 mark, and then right around the 26.90, the high 26s really. And then if we zoom this out a little bit, you can see besides, so here are our marks, 29 and then 26. Besides that, we really don't have a lot until we go back all the way down to this $21 price point. We'll go ahead and throw a support in right there. And you can see, that acted as the top right as Delta IPO'd back here in 2007. And then as we were rebounding, coming back up in 2013, getting back to those initial levels, you can see it acted as a bit of a resistance, and then we pushed through. So if we start to break down below this $32, $32.80 basically level, then we could be seeing some pretty quick and steep declines. Now there's also, the government is looking at providing billions of dollars worth of support to the airline companies, so that is something to keep in mind. Delta, as well as some of these other major airline corporations, are looking at cutting back on the amount of flights that they have, to cut back on staff, and allowing basically their workers to go on an unpaid leave, basically to cut down on those payroll expenses. So those are some things to keep in mind. I want to move into the shorter term time frame now. Again, here we can see early this morning that nice little bounce, but you can also see we have some wicks in here from throughout today's trading. This is the hourly chart here, and we were really kind of struggling to work through the trading that we saw on Friday. And particularly, I want to look at a level right around the $37 to $38 price point as being a resistance. You can see anytime we got close to there, we were really just starting to pull back, and even into the close, we saw a bit of a pullback. So if we were able to get up to that level, and right now it's looking pretty positive, we still have this uptrend on the hourly. We're starting to see the 50-day moving average kind of level off. So if we were able to get above that level, I think the next thing that we would be looking at would be up here around the $42 price point. And this is kind of obvious here from the gap down, and this could be a pretty quick move if we do make it through this $38 price point to make it back up to 42, as it was a gap down in the pre-market hours late last week. So pretty positive there on the short term. If we do see the continuation that we saw today, Delta still was down over 6.5% today. Opened up the day, it was down about 17%, but we did see a nice rally throughout the day. So again, I'd be curious to see if we can break through this $38 price point, or at least hold the price point that we're at right now, right in here around 35. If I move this into a closer time frame, call it the 15-minute time frame here, you can see that we did have some nice bottoms down here on Friday. And those kind of held today too. Once we got up to those levels, zooming in a little bit closer, so we got up and it acted as a resistance. But then once we penetrated through, you can see it acted as support for the remainder of the day. So that's also a level to be paying attention to as we move into tomorrow. So hopefully this video was helpful. Maybe give you a little bit of insight into Delta's chart here. Now again, with the volatility, it could wipe out some of these levels pretty quickly. So just to be on your toes, have a plan in place for how you want to trade Delta or any stock that you are wanting to trade. So thank you guys once again for watching.